Alright, so we get in some nice damage. We cast Homeboy Skillet Biscuit. Homeboy Skillet Biscuit will blinkety be linkety our guy. I don't even know what I'm saying. We'll make him sacrifice, I suppose. Put the counters. 22 damage. Okay. Only one thing to do. I mean, right? Dude, it always feels so dirty. Like, it's so dirty. It's just like, I mean, there's so many decks. Okay. We'll see if they let it through. They do. Doofus. Goodbye. Okay. Yeah, we're a little low. Yeah, they have haste creatures. But, okay. Dude, slap down Acla. Dude, what a top deck. I'll admit, the top decks are coming in. Okay. Yo, thanks so much for checking out the video. I really do appreciate all the support recently. It's been amazing, so thank you for being here. This deck, I'll cover it really quickly for you, is really strong. I'm definitely winning more than I'm losing with it. It's pretty, it's not revolutionary by any means, but we're doing a lot of cool things that have a lot of overlapping synergy, and it's an Enduring Tenacity deck. So I really like this card. First of all, it's a 4/3 creature, which is respectable. You can trade with like 4/4s and stuff all day. Can't block Sheoldreds, but either way, we're mostly concerned with the gain life and then they lose life stuff. So we're also, of course, playing 4 Phyrexian Fleshgorgers. So this is, of course, a 7/5 later in the game, and we have many ways of facilitating that. Notably Blink, which is sort of a sub-theme here, which I'll go over right after this. But of course, earlier in the game is a 3/3 lifelink menace, which is great. And we're playing just enough removal where if they do try to double block it, we can take out one creature, get a nice swing, and kill the other. So sort of a 2-for-1 there. So great stuff. So we do have some graveyard recursion in the form of like Rite of the Moth to bring back the guy, so that he's the 7/5. We're also playing Defossilize, which I actually really like for that Explore twice trigger, because all of a sudden you get a potentially a 9 power Gorger, which is even harder to remove, and it represents 18 damage if it goes unconnected if you have your Tenacity. Of course, we're also playing Valuvoth, which is a 9/9, and I think my head might be covering it, but it's a flyer with lifelink that synergizes so great with Tenacity, and if you get it on the board, you're in business. We also have, so let's cover the blink stuff. Guardian of Girapur. So this is a 3-mana way of blinking your Gorger. So you swing with your Gorger, you get a nice little 3 damage in, gain a little bit of life. Then you blink him, he comes back as the 7/5 half. So this guy feels really, really good. It's also just a 3/3 flyer in and of itself, which is respectable. You also have Salvation Swan, which I think is a super overlooked card from Blueburrow. And you can target your Gorger with it. It has Flash, so often they will try to target your Gorger removing it. They have to pay the 3 life to try to remove the smaller half. Then you save him, bring in a 3/3 flyer, then bring him back at that end step as a 7/5. And if you have your Tenacity on the field, well, all of a sudden they're looking down the throat of 14 damage pretty consistently, plus 3 more in the air. So you also have Sheoldred in here, right? Of course, the life gain half is just synergizing so well with Tenacity, and of course you know how good Sheoldred is. And also, we are playing 2 board wipes with Deadly Cover Up, which is a great way of just resetting things. There's a lot of times where sometimes we lose momentum, and what's really great about Tenacity is even if it dies, you at least get it back on the field. And if you do happen to kill one of your bigger dudes, like a Gorger or what have you, you can at least plan to reanimate it with some of our cards. Now, besides the Fossilize and Rite of the Moth, we're also playing Gix Command to just get back these dudes, which could be good. But the other mode is you can put Lifelink on something that doesn't have Lifelink, which is great. Whether that just be an unstoppable slasher, making it a 4/5, which is kind of hard to block. It has Death Touch anyway, but or putting it on one of your flyers, boom, boom, or even just your Carrot Cake tokens, which I'll cover in a second, or you turn this into a 6-power lifelinker that, of course, will sort of facilitate and trigger itself. So just putting lifelink onto something is great, and you'll see in the video we just put it onto a Gorger anyway, and this came in, so it was a 9/5 because of Defossilize. And then we put 2 more counters from Gix Command, So then it was an 11-11. So when it swung in, you know, they only had like one blocker. It's like, well, hey, now you're taking 11, and then you're taking 11 again. So we won the game in one swing, one turn kill. So that feels really, really good. So yeah, you have your deadly cover-ups. Also in the 5-drop slot, you have Aclazotz, which for obvious reasons, we're running that as well. So Aclazotz is good. We also have an Overlord of the Mistmoors, which we can hard cast later. We're probably never going to hard cast our Valgavoth, but sure, we can do that. And then meanwhile, it's just nice chunk blockers, which is great. Sort of puts them on a timer as well. It's also another great retarget to reanimate. So if we do get one of these better creatures, because you'll notice we're not running too many creatures, we can pitch them with Bitter Triumph, which is of course a removal spell that sort of puts something into our graveyard. That comes up quite a bit, and we're only running 3 copies, but I think that's just enough. And so let's go to the 2-drop slots. We have a Sheltered by Ghost, which, again, we don't have too many creatures, so we can only really afford to run 1, but putting Lifelink onto something, whether that just be your Tenacity, and then gaining 5, doing 5 potentially, is good. I wouldn't recommend running more, because we just don't have enough creatures to really justify that, to be honest. Get Lost is, well, really great card. Can't go wrong with Get Lost, right? There's so many enchantments and planeswalkers. So many times, kill Liliana with this, you feel so good, because that gets around your Fleshgorger. Whatever, even though they do have priority, it's at least getting rid of it. Boom. Hits creatures too. Dust Animus is an interesting inclusion because this card, this card can be so powerful later on, because all of a sudden, you can keep this plotted, you can board wipe, and then all of a sudden you can follow up the next turn with, another good card that you either had in your hand or top deck, and a Dust Animus. And of course, it's a 4/5 lifelink flyer. So this can be potentially huge if you plot it early and then lay it on turn 5, or it's just a 2/3 flyer early, which is fine, and it acts as a target for things like Gig's Command, what have you. So Carrot Cake is interesting. It's really, really strong in this deck. We're not really doing token stuff, but that scry early is massive to help find your pieces, which is why we can afford to run slightly more 1s and 2-ofs, but just a little chunk blocker early, as well as representing 3 damage to the face. Once you gain the life, if you have your Tenacity, I mean, that's a 6 life swing, so to speak, so it ends up being really strong in this deck, and obviously I think everyone knows how good this card is. We're running 1 Duress to get a potential board wipe or something out of their hand. Even just an Up the Beanstalk early can be good to completely slow down the domain and stuff. Oh, there's all sorts of targets for this, but you know how good that is. 2 cut downs to get those Deep Cavern Bats and what have you, sort of clear the way, buy some time. The other Blink card is Getaway Glamour, because this is really cool. So if you cast this for 4 mana, you can blink your Gorger while protecting it, while also destroying their largest creature. Or for just 3 mana, you can do this on turn 3, just destroy their biggest thing, right? Or for 2 mana, you could sort of, double spell. You could lay a card 1 turn, keep this up for just 2 mana, and protect your Gorger. So a lot of flexibility and a lot of great modes, right? Well, there's 2 great modes. You can't go wrong with this card. It's really better than it looks. Elspeth Smite, great. Remove Heartfire Hero. Yeah, okay. Boom. We even win against Mono Red in the video today, so there's that. Malicious Eclipse is great because a lot of our important creatures like Gorger and Slasher have 3 toughness, so you can't really go wrong with just 1 copy of this, I would imagine. And yeah, this has 3 toughness as well. Well, everything does. Tenacity does. Boom. Sheoldred, you're in business. So everything is synergistic. You can't deny that. Whether the copies are correct, that remains up to you. I think that you could definitely experiment with this a little bit. I'm not 100% certain this is the definitive list by any means, but I wanted to play a bunch of fun cards today. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope it sort of sparks some creativity of yourself, because yeah, I cannot underestimate how good Tenacity is, to be honest. All of the enduring creatures are so good because they do just come back. And Rite of the Moth, man, great card, right? So, a lot of fun. We also have Restless Fortress. Hopefully oh yeah, it's over here. Another great way of, first of all, hitting them for 2, and then hitting them for 2 again if you have your Tenacity. So this represents 4 damage swings, which could win you the game sometimes, in all honesty. We're running 2 Surveil lands, 1 Fabled, 1 Fountain Port. What is this? Yeah, 2 or fewer, and 3 Pain lands. Now, I don't know what it was today on the arena, but I was getting some unlucky lands. You do really need the 2 blacks, right, really early for Gorger. So keep that in mind. If you want to lean more towards black, take out some of the white cards, maybe add 1 more Bitter Triumph, 1 more Duress, things like that would be a nice route to go. But this is what I ended up on. So I hope you like it. I have 4 games for you that were really quick. People scoop to this a lot. And I did finally I could not for the life of me get the Swan. But I did get this card. So you can just imagine the Swan being fantastic. And again, that's sort of a sub-theme. They act as protection spells for your Gorger. And if you can't protect your Gorger, that's fine, because then you're just going to hopefully bring it back with a Defossilize, Rite of Moth, or just get it back with Gix Command and wipe a bunch of small tokens. So, anyway, yeah, I think that's all there is to be said. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Don't forget to like it. It helps me out a lot. And I hope you're having a great day. No mulligans for you, and good RNG, all of that. So, alright, so let's get a nice little game in. I don't know if it's going to be the first one, second, or third, but we have a hand. It's not great. It's very, very slow. It's honestly a risk to take it. Certainly a risk to take it, but we will. And we hope we get our Carrot Cake would be really nice for the Scries. You know, we gotta get a little lucky here, but I don't know. When I've been mulliganing recently, I've just been getting equally bad hands or worse. So it's a little tough sometimes. Just gotta roll with the punches, I suppose. We did get another removal spell, so there's that 3rd mana, which is really good. We can cleanly cast our Gorger once we get it, which is what you want to do, so we can defossilize it later. The Deadly Cover-Up will be good if they do go wide with like a bunch of otters, but they didn't lay a creature this turn. Getting the Gorger is really nice, though. Countered? Probably. I mean, I imagine it's countered. And it's nuts. Wow. Okay, that's actually huge. Maybe they're more of the red damage-based removal. And maybe they just don't want to do it quite yet. Ah, okay. Ill-timed Explosion. So I wonder if they are playing otters, though. Typically, one of my first decks of Bloomburrow was an Ill-timed Explosion deck with the otters, which ended up being fantastic. The footage of that video got cut in half, so the video just ends in the middle of like my first game, and I was like, wow, I'm so frustrated. Ended up being a really popular video, more so than my others. And I was just so mad. Okay, so there's Rao. So maybe slight otter stuff going on. I think we do just pop it. Do we? Let's pay the life. We already have a great target in our bin. Sometimes you can pitch like your Mistmoors, reanimate that. Always feels good, but getting back a Gorger wouldn't be horrible either. The Carrot Cake is nice. We wanted that, earlier, but now it's fine as well. So a little mana screwed action. Because we definitely want to get down our Mistmoors earlier. Definitely don't want that. Gix Command can do a lot of work, I presume, going forward as well. So I think we're not like screwed by any means. But definitely a slower start. Definitely a slower start. What is that name? Toto Lasticot. Okay, my guy. So, let's see if we see a counter now. We didn't get the second white from Mistmoors. I'm just now noticing, which, wow. We don't swing. Swinging would be dumb. So, just grow it some way. With something. No counters. Okay, so that's good to know. Okay. Yeah, damage-based removal in red. Okay. Tenacity is great for this reason, right? we don't have, well, Gix Command getting a little bit of lifelink on like a guy is massive sometimes. The Virtue of Courage. Okay, so they're definitely going damage-based stuff. Which is good. Which is good. Okay. So, unless they're running the counter that makes the Phantom that I always forget the name of, probably don't have a counter. Probably. Okay, 5th mana is nice, though. Gorge. Get that Gorge back. Really like the double Explore, too, with this card. We'll pitch it. Wow. It's not the worst thing. We'll keep one. It's not the worst thing, because it's a little bit more resilient. We can combo it with a Carrot Cake or Get Lost, which should be fine. And we probably do want to, Get Lost that Virtue of Courage at some point. But since they're damage-based... Oh, they are running counters. Okay. The Chandra that they can cast conveniently. Okay, so that is something here, folks. Okay. So, we could cheese a win here. If they do, yeah, because, what are they gonna... If they don't have another creature, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. Okay. One creature. Alright, well that means we power up our guy. We'll make him sacrifice, I suppose. Put the counters. 22 damage. Okay. Wow, they were looking like they had some tools. But they didn't. Yeah. Maybe, did they not read this card? Well, maybe they just couldn't remove it. I mean, how do you? Because you have to take 9 anyway, and they were damage-based. So some matchups, it's just like immovable power. So, alright, let's get into some more games to show you some of the more niche interactions. Alright, so let's get another game that actually shows off more of the intricacies. A lot of slow hands today, man. I played a few games before I started recording. And wow, I don't know if I've gotten a 3-mana hand all day, all morning. So that's fun to see. But we do have a Surveil. Swan. Dude, I love Swan. But, dude, we need the mana. And that's what I want to show off today. Because, like, if you blink your Fleshgorger, you're feeling good. Man. Moth is the card we want to pitch with Bitter Triumph because we're never really going to hard cast it. I mean, maybe 1 out of every 30 games or something, possibly. But even that's like, do you really want to get to that point where you're hard casting in this deck for 9? I doubt it. So they make Aclazotz cost more. Okay. 2 Bitter Triumphs. Feeling decent. And we are getting screwed on the mana today. There is something in the air. They have to lay a creature though, right? Come on, do it. No, you want to. No. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Goodbye. Come again. Valga goes to the bin. Rite of the Moth is looking juiced. Finally. Malicious Eclipse is nice. Guardian is one of our other blink dudes. But we have to cast it. Get some board presence down. I suppose. And the Annex Sentry. Okay, mana. Beautiful. Well, I suppose there's only one thing to do. I mean, right? Dude, it always feels so dirty. Like, it's so dirty. It's just like, I mean, there's so many decks. Yeah, that will happen. That will happen. So, if we get Enduring Tenacity and we swing, we do 9 and then 9 more. Like, Valga is juiced in this deck and it's obviously just a busted card. So, okay, let's get into one more game. Sorry to show you some more of the intricacies. Alright, so this is probably game 3 of the video, depending on the order. Man, if you heard my rant last game about the mana situations this morning, I'm not sure. The mana is fine. Like, I don't... This is tough, man. No black. Let's mulligan. Okay. Deadly cover-up is something we want, typically, but it is later on. Hopefully buy some time. Mono red. You love to see it. Yeah. Big fan. Big fan. I wonder if I should have kept up the LSS Smite here. But at least I didn't lead with our ley line, dude. Such a silly deck, man. It's so dumb. It's just dumb. It's just not fun whatsoever. We will discard. Yeah, I think this, right? Okay, so... yeah, we don't need 2 of those. Goodbye. Come again. Okay, so no pump spells yet. Kind of surprising. That would be a nice turn for them to do it. Gorger is a card that exists, and we should be able to race mono red. Being that we just got our Tenacity too, man. Freaking nice top deck, actually. But let's see how much damage we take. Ah, yes. Up to 6 now. Beautiful. On 1 spell. Yes. Freaking love to see it. They did hit a mountain, though. Okay. Alright. And they can't... they don't have another pump spell. Because... wow. Okay. No monster trade on their Swift Spear. I might not have even blocked there. Okay. So, okay, man. We're looking good. Part of me almost wants the carrot cake, but nah, dude. We'll just get the blocker down for the Swift Spear. We're gonna gain 3, so they shouldn't. Why didn't they do that last turn? That's so surprising. That was one of the more surprising lightning bolts I've ever been hit with. So I can't imagine a reason really they'd not do that last turn. Okay, so maybe they don't have a pump spell? Dude, that's unfortunate. Okay, more of a creature-based mono red. Very interesting list. The Coyote seems weird. Huh. Well, we're going to block Coyote and risk it. I think every life point counts here. Oh, man, if we had 1 more mana. Oh, beauty. Absolute beauty. Okay. Okay. Alright. We're in business. What do you got for Slick Shot? Goodbye. Nothing. Let's go. I got a Heartfire. They're so creature-based. That's so funny. I mean, even if they Oh, if they triple block, that'd be bizarre. Let's swing. Let's see if they let it through. They do. Doofus. Goodbye. Okay. Yeah, we're a little low. Yeah, they have haste creatures. But, okay. Dude, slap down Acla. Dude, what a top deck. I'll admit, the top decks are coming in. Okay. Alrighty then, mates. So that's cool. So, yeah, we didn't really show off the blinking yet, though, of our Gorger and stuff. Which, like, is the whole idea. Okay, one more for you. Let's go. Alright, so let's get a blink situation going on. That's sort of the aim. Of course, we don't have any of the... We don't have Gorger or one of the blink cards. But again, we're not playing too many of the blink cards. It's sort of a very small sub-theme with Gorge. Because again, we do have sort of a graveyard reanimation thing going on too. Let's get our white mana here this turn. Alright. I think our hand's pretty good. The Scry from the Carrot Cake, I cannot overstate. It is absolutely great. There's one of our blink cards. Beautiful. Let's find a Gorger, dude. Let's actually do it. Okay. This might be the game for the video that I was looking. Hopefully use it in the intro. Man, I swear, when I start recording, like, dude, the goofiest stuff happens. It's either like 3 mono red games. We just beat mono red last game, but it's like mono red, Leyline, Resonance, bullcrap, lose on turn 2. Or you just don't get the cards you're trying to show off, right? Gorger obviously is... I mean, like, you have to risk it. And the thing is, it does have that payment on it. So it's like... They are playing Orzhov. So let's see if it happens. Really hope it doesn't. If not... Another... Okay! That's perfect. Nothing like nowhere to run. It gets around the ward. Okay. Freaking love to see it. Big fan. Oh, another Gorge! Sheoldred. I guess could have swung first, but whatever. I think it matters. Okay. We gotta do the Gorge. We are Gorge fans. We are one with the Gorge. Just kidding. It's not that scary. So what are they? Yeah, this is another card for great reanimation stuff. So they have an Overlords in there. They might have just another Rite of the Moth. So they're gonna sacrifice Homeboy Skillet Biscuit though, which makes total sense. We absolutely Gorge here. We hold up the Get Lost, which is beautiful. We Swingle Pringle. Yeah, we swing with both. Absolutely. They do. Okay, so okay. That's good. That's what we wanted to see. So they probably sacrifice. They probably get their Overlord. But the Get Lost will be beautiful. Okay, and they go for the okay. That's good. That's good. That's really good. Yeah. Interesting. So do we Get Lost this? Yeah, we absolutely do. We don't want them to get a free card without having to discard. And we got rid of the problem that they're going to reanimate the Mistmoors, so great. Great. Okay. Lay the mana. Sure. Swingle Pringle with the Pingles. Alright, so we get in some nice damage. We cast Homeboy Skillet Biscuit. Homeboy Skillet Biscuit will blinkety be linkety our guy. I don't even know what I'm saying. And we are golden. Yeah. I cannot talk right now, dude. Commune with evil. I mean, we got the 7 power menace boy. If we get a tenacity next turn, you know what I'm saying? Wait, what? Okay, sure, dude. Take it, do it. Do we? Part of me wants to scry to look for it, but ooh, thought it was tenacity for a second. I was like, that'd be the freaking wombo combo, because we should have been able to. Yeah, well, no, we'd be 1 damage short. But we swing. Okay. 31 life. Got a lot of life to work with. Cannot complain too much there. The Beseecher. Beautiful. Okay. Well, we got a moment of blinking. I swear, dude, when I start recording, it is just like, sure, I won't get the cards that I swear I was doing it every game at least, every other game at least before. But okay, so there's 4 games for you. There's a lot of cool synergy. Of course, you want to lay your Tenacity, you want to lay your Gorger. Carrot Cake represents 3 damage, which we had there. If we top deck, which would be cool. We are playing some board wipes. We have some big targets. We have some just great creatures in general, from Slasher to Balgavoth to Aclazotz. So good little mid-range deck that wins a surprising amount. I did just lose last game to, was it the mono blue game? No, I lost to some crap. Probably Vaultborn Tyrant decks kind of run you over a little bit sometimes because they can block and still get a 6/6 out of it and stuff. So there's some problems. Like, I don't know how perfect it is in the current meta, but it's certainly fun to play. It's certainly strong, and I hope you give it a try. And if you made it this far into the video, wow, love you so much. Thank you very much, dude. Or dudette. And yeah, good luck on the arena. No mulligans for you. Good RNG. Hope you give it a try. See ya in the next video.